Welcome, everyone, to the New American Media Podcast. Today, I have a guest host with me, my oldest daughter, Aria. Aria, say hi to everybody.
Hi, my name is Aria, and I'm 10 years old.
Awesome, awesome. So, today, we are going to be interviewing a buddy of mine. We met in San Diego at the boardroom event hosted by the one and only Kent Clothier. We're both a part of the boardroom mastermind in real estate. His name is Andreas, and his wife Kelly unfortunately could not be on as well. They're both boardroom members together, and I'd like to bring on Andres Ospina. Is that how I say it? Did I say
That's
that
right.
right?
That's right. Yep, you did it
Perfect.
perfect. And Andres Ospina. That's right. And that's actually the
Andreas Ospina.
short.
I like it.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me in this amazing podcast. I love the fact that you have your daughter here, and I'm super excited to just have an awesome conversation with you guys.
Awesome, awesome. Well, as tell all the guests here kind of where you're from, where you live currently here in the United States, where you're from originally, and when you immigrated to the United States.
Sure. So yeah, I was born in Bogota, Colombia, South America, uh, and I lived there for about 9 years until there was like a big, real estate recession. My mom decided to move here basically to escape, the recession or depression that was going on economically in Colombia. So moved here when I was 9 years old, and I moved to Melbourne, Florida originally. So it's on the beach side, about an hour away from Orlando. And started working when I was 9 years old at our puppy store. My aunt, which was the person that we moved with here, she to this day still owns a puppy store, and they put me to work when I was 9 years old, and
Wow.
it's just been basically working, studying since I got here. I used to work the weekends, and basically just I saved my money, and I always knew that I wanted to become financially free for my family, because I didn't want them to struggle, and I knew that I had it in me for some reason to be like extremely successful, like to the next level, like even to the point right now where I'm like this is just the beginning. Like I cannot wait to do like huge impacts. Like I can't wait to build a company like Tesla, right, before the real estate industry. So anyway, I actually started in real
Now
estate.
that's amazing.
Yeah, dude, I want to do some beautiful things for the world. I want to definitely be the
Tell
change.
tell me, 9 years old, you have immigrated here from Colombia. Aria here is 10 years old. So, what kind of work were you doing in the puppy store? And how were those? Were you working nights and weekends after school, or how was that kind of like? In any kind of guidance or wisdom you can give Aria here as she looks to start her own business as an entrepreneur at 10 years old?
I was working weekends, so it was and I was cleaning, so I would do the mopping, I would bathe the dogs, I would clean their crates, I would walk them, give them exercise, clean the windows, restock, price items, basically everything. And it was basically Saturday and Sunday from 7 in the morning, I think, until about like 1 p.m. Every weekend, like religiously. Like I didn't have a week off. Like it was basically not even an option. It was kind of like doing chores, but they were paid chores. So they used to pay me $5 an hour, right?
Oh,
But this
wow.
Yeah, but this was the catch, dude. They did not allow me to have that money in my bank account. They paid me, but they had a savings account that they would put into, because they said that by the time that I was in high school and I was going to buy my car, they weren't going to buy me a car. So I needed to save for my own car with my own money, and that's exactly what happened. When I was 16 or 17, I had about $4,000, and I was able to buy my first car, and that kind of showed me the value of saving money, and the instant gratification, right? Like let's not have that instant gratification of buying, a lollipop here or a PlayStation here. Let's hold off and let's buy, an asset that eventually is going to be way better than all those little instant gratifications. So that taught me a lot. And actually, when I was younger, one tip that I would say, I started playing chess when I was 9 years old.
Oh
And
wow. I love chess. We got to play together next time I'm in Orlando.
let's go. Let's go. I love playing chess to the point where I actually ranked like top 10 in the whole state for K through 12. So like all through high
Oh
school, I
wow.
was I was
That's
in eighth or
amazing.
ninth grade. Yeah, eighth or ninth grade, and I was like, yeah, top 10 in Florida basically. So that was pretty cool, and I think that really helped me. Um, Look deeper, right? Because chess is all about strategy and it's about looking at one, two, or maybe three, but four, five, six, seven, eight, nine moves ahead. It also allows you to, or forces you to concentrate on one thing at a time, which it's very difficult nowadays. And I think that because I was instilled and I was raised with that at such an early age, from like 9 to like 16, I used to play every single day chess, and I think that really helped my development in the brain. So that's one thing that I would definitely recommend. Another great thing would be, again, having a bank account when I was 9 years old, and having some fluctuation of money definitely helped. My parents never really talked to me about credit. But if I were you guys, I mean, I'm sure you guys already have something like this. I don't know, but there's credit cards now that you can actually get and have her added on, and I think that's pretty awesome to be able to set up your kids the right way. I didn't have that. I had to build up my credit myself, but I was taught to budget and save money and live below my means from my family, and that's something that I think has really made our success much faster, because we've just, no matter how much money we make, we just keep reinvesting back into the business and still living below our means so we can remain profitable.
That's
So
amazing. That's great. What do you think from what Andreas said was the coolest part?
Well, I think that playing chess at like 9 years old was like really like cool because it's like you really have to strategize your moves, and whenever you make them, it takes just a lot of brain power, and yeah.
And are you ready to start working a job too? He was working at his aunt's puppy shop. Would you want to go work at like a PetSmart or a puppy shop or something like that? Or what would
Um,
you like to do?
I'm not sure, but I think I've been doing like small businesses with my friends. Like we've been doing I did lemonade once, um, and
I remember you did the
I did
bracelets.
bracelets. So basically, doing like bracelets that look like this,
oh,
and
that is awesome. Oh, I love those. Yes. Oh,
and
that's so
Andreas
cool.
is a bracelet guy. This guy's probably got like 8 bracelets on right
I
now.
look,
Look at that.
look at my bracelets.
That is amazing. So Arya loves the bracelet business. Look at that. That's something you guys have in common.
Yes. That's amazing. I love that. I love that. That is great. So you do the bracelets yourself, huh?
So
That's a beautiful thing.
so Andreas, tell us, you're here, 9 years old, you're working hard, you're going to class, you get into high school. At what point and what age did you realize that I'm not going to go work for a large company or a small company? I'm not going to be an employee, but I am going to be a small business owner or an entrepreneur. What pushed you in that direction?
Yeah, I think it started from my dad. Yeah, so my dad was an architect, and he was in the construction industry. Like he used to buy the lot, he would design the building, manage the construction and sell the apartments. And I think that in the back of my head, I always, he was independent. I'm like, man, I want to be independent too. And then coming here, seeing my aunt also having her own business and being independent, I always thought that, okay, well, I'm gonna do my own thing no matter what. So yeah, I worked at the puppy store for a little bit, but I was always trying to partner with my uncle and my aunt. I like invested like a lot of the money that I had back into the business, to improve it, to provide sales and such. Never got that partnership opportunity, no big deal. But I've always been very independent. I've always been an independent contractor. Always been selling different things. Like I used to wholesale umbrellas. So I used to buy them like, super like at Alibaba, and I would sell them at UCF or universities. I had a friend that had a contract with CVS selling flowers. So I've always been trying to like, do independent things and multiple businesses at the same time. I also got into the lending business as well, very, very young. And I actually did my first business flip when I was like 21. We bought a cigar shop for 15,000.
Wow.
We put $5,000 into it, and then we sold it for about 40 about a year later. So that was pretty cool. With that, we got into the pawn shop business and the We Buy Gold. That was
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
That was back when like gold and silver were like, going all the way up. We had that, and that was pretty cool. So I've always been like, okay, where do I put this money so I can have it work for me? I've always had that mindset.
I
Um,
love that. You've always had that hustler mentality, always going after it. That's amazing. Um, Tell us about, I would say, kind of your time at UCF as you're growing up. Some cool, like you were just talking about, the umbrella business. That's really cool. How did that precursor into what you do today, and then start with a little bit of a discussion about what you and your wife Kelly do today?
yeah, man. So I kept, at UCF it was pretty cool. I mean, I was going for international business and marketing, and I was paying for my classes by myself. I didn't have a scholarship or anything, and so I did it a lot for the networking. I met amazing people, but I honestly wasn't 100% focused on the university. I was so focused more on like all the different businesses that we had going on, and when I first decided to take you know our earnings, let's say, I think I had saved up, let's say, like $20,000, and that to me was everything I had. And I was like, you know what, I need to get into something that it's gonna make me wealthy really quick. I started doing research, and real estate kept popping up, like how to become a millionaire, right? That's what I had in my mind. And real estate kept coming up, so I'm like, okay, let's get engulfed in real estate. I started looking into bigger pockets, and just got engulfed with it. Started just learning, listening to podcasts. Got my real estate license, and I said, "Hey, let's start fixing and flipping properties, because why not? It sounds good." So I did that in
Great way
2014.
to start, by the way. Great way to start. I always tell people, always, if you want to get into real estate,
Yeah,
get your real estate license, you know? And residential is probably the easiest place to start. I was doing what you were doing in terms of fixing and flipping houses, but we did that through our family business, and we were fixing and flipping gas stations. The most money I made was on a gas station we bought through a bank REO for $200,000. I
wow,
put 100,000 worth of work into it, and we sold it for 650.
wow, that's amazing.
Yeah,
That's a really good
and
deal.
that was when I realized that I could make that kind of money without having to work a single day on the property. That's when the light bulb goes off.
Exactly.
I think Arya has a question for you. Go ahead.
Why did you choose this
Why did you choose the real estate industry?
industry?
I gotta say subconsciously, maybe because of my dad. I don't know. I mean, my dad, he bought me Legos when I was little, and I used to build houses with the Legos. So I don't know if it was like a subliminal message from my dad, but it could be that, because I've always just been obsessed with building communities, and it's that has evolved to building sustainable communities, to building sustainable, affordable communities, right? Better to help the planet. it's kind of evolved over time. But yeah, I think it's because of that. I would say, subconsciously, because a lot of the things that we do now is because of our childhood. So I would think maybe that. But it's also because it's probably one of the best industries. And that is pretty much the most important industry in the world. Like just like how there's so much like economic, fear right now. Let's say something insane happens with our money, and what else is left? Real estate is the only thing that we can really live from. Real estate,
100%.
you can grow food and you can live there. You can't live off of gold. You can't live off of a stock. So that's one thing that I'm like, man, I love real estate so much because it's so necessary, and it's one of the only things that's tech proof. I think. I mean, unless I don't know. I mean, I don't. I think it's tech proof. I don't know. I don't know if there's a way
No,
to.
you're definitely correct, right? Go ahead.
So I'm gonna say that like about the Legos, we have a ton of Legos downstairs, and my sister loves to build. Um, she's 6, her name is Thea.
Aw.
She loves to build. Actually, on the weekend, we built a little bakery, and I'm like, how do you build all this? I'm like, how do all of these ideas come to her mind? Because it's like she built like a play area, a sitting area, she even had napkins,
Wow.
a stove,
6 years old.
and even a telephone,
Wow.
and even like a telephone set.
That's very detailed. Wow, that is amazing. Look at that. That right there is that doesn't happen for a reason, or for no reason. That could be
I'm trying to
her
raise a
gift.
whole family of entrepreneurs here, Andres.
Sounds like you
But
got your own
so
thing
get
there.
definitely, definitely. But so getting back, um, you meet your wife Kelly, who's amazing. We all met, partied, had a great time. Um, Unfortunately, she couldn't be here, but tell us how that relationship has blossomed and how you two work together in the business, and what you do now with Airbnb.
Sure. Yeah. So, like I said, I started flipping houses in 2014. It was a very profitable thing, and I really, I've loved that flipping houses, ever since. We haven't stopped. In 2016, I decided to buy my first house for me to live in because I was still renting and flipping houses. It didn't make sense. And 2016 was the same year that I actually met my wife Kelly, and yeah, I was just converting my first Airbnb. Like I hadn't even started the Airbnb business yet, but it was just like I was just starting to like do the plumbing on our garage. So what I did is I bought a house with a 3 bedroom 2 bath with a 1 car garage. And then what we did with the garage is we converted the garage into a studio apartment. So we put in a full bathroom, full kitchen, independent entrance, and rented it on Airbnb. That property, just the garage, 1 car garage, was doing about $2,000 a month, and the mortgage was only like $1,200 a month. So that was pretty cool. And then we rented out the other 2 rooms also on Airbnb. So that was pretty awesome. We were basically living in the property and netting $2,000 a month. Right, so that was pretty awesome. I said, "Wow, this is really cool." It's called house hacking now, right? But at the time, I didn't know what it was, and so I saw this Airbnb opportunity as wow, this is way better than renting long term, and not a lot of people are doing it. And we're in Orlando, we might as well go all in on this, and so we did.
Yeah,
And
I
we,
mean, the mouse is there, right? Disney, all of that. It's a huge vacation rental area. I mean, you're in a perfect location for Airbnbs. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Exactly. No, so that's pretty much how it started. It was just, seeing that opportunity. And I stayed. So in 2014, I stayed at an Airbnb for the first time. I was going to Sunset Festival, which is an EDM festival, and I stayed at this lady's Airbnb. I stayed in a room, and I paid like $50 a night for the room. She was probably making about, let's say, $1,000 for that room, which is pretty great. Let's say $1,200. So I spoke to this lady. She had a 4 bedroom house. It was like a retired, history teacher. She was like 60. And, I was like, yo, what's up with this Airbnb? What is this stuff? And she was like, yeah, I get paid to live here. And I was like, wait, what are you talking about? And that's how it started. And then boom, right when I bought my, the first primary, that's what we did. And so, yeah, we house hack, we do Airbnb. One of the things that we do is, we don't focus on daily rentals. Actually, we do corporate rentals. So we mainly do 30-day minimum rentals, and we focus on nurses or construction workers or people who are relocating or people who had a fire damage or a water damage in their home, people who just sold their home, people who just are moving from California or New York or New Jersey or Texas. So we deal with those clients a lot. And yeah, right now we started with one in 2016, and now we're up to 64 doors.
Wow, that is amazing. 64 doors.
Yeah, 64 doors and counting. I'm definitely going for the thousands. I wanna be in the thousands of units. That's one of the reasons
That's
why I joined
amazing.
Burger.
No,
It's
that's amazing. That's amazing.
so we're just
Tell
getting.
us, tell us, what made you decide to join Boardroom and how you've enjoyed it so far. I unfortunately was not able to be there in Nashville because my daughter was born
Of course.
during Boardroom. But tell us a little bit about it. Big fan of Kent's. I know you are as well.
Oh yeah.
And how it's helped you and what you think.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this, man. It's hard to grow, right? When you don't have people who are crushing it way more than you, right? You have to get in circles, right? You have to pay to play. It's now to the point that money is now we need to use this money to be able to open those doors, right? We need to get into places where we shouldn't be, right? Or where we don't belong, right? Where we're the poorest person in the room, so we can learn, right? That's how we grow. We're the average of the 5 people that we hang out with, that correlates with net worth, that correlates with mindset. So I knew that if I paid into this membership, that would already it would put me in a higher tier to be able to be with like-minded individuals, so we can mastermind, collaborate, network, JV together, so we can all grow each other's businesses. And that's exactly what has happened, bro. I mean, this hot seat presentation that I had to do, it kicked my butt, and it forced me to ram my numbers. And to be honest with you, it's crazy that most business people don't do it, and I hadn't done it. And most people don't know about it. And it's something that it is a beautiful thing now that we're getting the ball rolling. And it's gonna take some time. We don't have all the KPIs, we don't have everything yet, but at least we know what we're working on. And for example, the last boardroom, they told me to hire a bookkeeper, and that was one of the biggest things that I had. Like, I don't know how to organize all these transactions, and we hired an amazing person from Venezuela, paying them about 300 a month, and they're gonna take care of everything. And now I don't have to worry about that. And that was just a quick, tip from the boardroom. Like, hey man, hire that guy yesterday. You need that in your business yesterday, and it's $300 a month. You can do it. So just those little tips right there are just a game changer in itself. And also the networking, right? And then the partnership. So I from one of the boardroom members, we who's local here in Orlando. He owns a title company. I've been wanting to JV and partner with somebody on the title side. So it's gonna be pretty exciting to be able to partner with somebody from the boardroom, because that's what it's all about: collaboration and that's why I'm a part of it, man. And I'm here because of you, and I'm here because of boardroom. So
No,
this is here.
100%.
I get to meet greatness. So it's I gotta say it's more than paid for itself. That's a great investment. Just meeting you guys, has elevated me a lot, and it's pushed me to reach for even higher, goals. So I love it.
No, that's awesome, dude. I really like that. I think that was one of the main reasons why I joined Boardroom as well. The relationships, the opportunity to level up, right? We're all looking to level up in our industries, meet like minded, motivated, highly successful, hardworking people.
Right.
And that's what we get to see in Boardroom. And we get to see all kinds of very talented individuals. So Aria
Right.
also has another question here that she wants to ask. Okay, go ahead.
Um, so you said you hired someone from Venezuela.
Yes.
Fun fact, my teacher is from Venezuela.
Oh, that's awesome. Very good. Yes. I love them. I love Venezuela. The people from Venezuela are amazing. They are amazing. Hard.
It's
How's your teacher? How is she? You like her?
Yeah, she's like one of the best teachers.
Yeah, yeah. They're hard workers. They're very passionate, very positive people, very happy people. And yeah, we actually in our company we have more Venezuelan women than we have anybody. We have
oh wow,
yeah, I think we have like six Venezuelan women that work in our company. It's
that's
pretty amazing.
amazing.
No, I
Are
think
they? Is your bookkeeper that you hired? Are they living here, or are you using them as a virtual assistant in Venezuela?
yeah. So it's about 50-50. So we have three VAs from Venezuela that live in Venezuela, and then we have two ladies from our cleaning crew that are also Venezuelan. They're here in Orlando, and then one of our property managers is from Venezuela as well, and she lives here as
Wow,
well. Yeah, because there's a huge migration from Venezuela because of their economic turmoil.
the economic issues. Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, but they were a very, very prosperous country back in the 70s and 80s and 90s and even early 2000s because it's an oil-rich country. So they have a lot of resources. So their infrastructure is very solid. So the people are extremely educated. Like all the people that work in our company, they're probably more qualified than I am, and they are just hardworking, dedicated, positive people. So yeah, super super excited, and that's how what a coincidence that your teacher's also from Venezuela. That's so cool. I love that.
She she really likes the culture. We've taken the kids all over the world. Like they've been to Europe, they've
That's
been to Mexico, Central and South America.
awesome.
Um, the plan is to take them to Colombia. I want to take them to Cartagena and Bogota, Cali, all of that at some point. Maybe we'll go together, you know?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Absolutely, that would be amazing. I would love to show you guys around. Yep. Yeah, it's
So,
Cartagena's beautiful. You guys would
so
love it.
tell us a little bit more. I would ask about the Airbnb process. Like, how did you grow the doors? What did you see as kind of your biggest obstacle as you were growing? And how were you able to overcome that obstacle?
Sure. Yeah. So at first we bought as many as we could as primary residences. So one of the strategies that we implemented is we bought a primary every year, right? Why? Because it's the lowest down payment possible and the best interest rate, and it's legal. So as long as you live in the house for 1 year, and then after the year you buy another one, and you move out and you make the other one, the new one, a primary, you can do that for 10 years or for 10 up to 10 times. So we did that
Oh,
um,
wow.
every year. Yeah. And so, yeah, right. We actually, right now, I'm calling you right now from this house. We just moved here 2 days ago. And we're still in the move. We're going from one house to another because this is part of the process. We keep doing that because it's just a really good way to again buy investment properties as primary residences. So we started doing that, and then we also started raising money. I focused on finding good deals, and I always said, if I find really good deals, the money will find me, or I will find the money. And that's exactly what happened. I basically was, I just made up my mind. I was like, dude, let's buy 5 houses this year. And I made up my mind and I found 5 deals. I found the money, started putting it together, and I started using hard money. I started using hard money because, once you get to a certain level of debt, it kind of becomes more complicated to get normal financing. So I would say one of the things that has helped me a lot is, finding private financing and finding people who have money who are willing to finance you. People that are not like banking institutions, right? People that don't require,
Right, right.
people that will fund sometimes 100% of the down, of the deal. So that's what I did. I started, working everything, as best as I could, building relationships, and yeah, basically just telling my clients, my investors, hey guys, I also invest. Do you want to invest with me? Do you want to be my hard money? And sometimes I partnered with my investors, and everything worked out, very very well. So yeah, it's been a learning process. Obviously now we've mastered a couple different things. So now we do a fix. We buy a fixer upper. We work with a lot of wholesalers, so we buy directly from wholesalers and sometimes from the MLS. Um, Now that we've been in the business for probably like 8 years, a lot of people in Orlando know us. So if a deal comes up, they'll call me right away. So we get a lot of our deals from that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So a lot of wholesalers. Yeah, yeah. We
How
partner.
is the Airbnb market in Orlando at the moment, or how has it been?
It's a little bit more. It's more saturated now. Definitely a lot more competition. Still great demand. We're still number one. We're the number one city in the whole country for tourism. I mean, we're number one by far. So it's always going to be good. But there's also a lot of new construction in the Kissimmee area, and there's a lot of land in Kissimmee. And everybody like D.R. Horton, Lennar, all of these guys, they're still building, townhome communities, single family communities, mainly townhome communities and condos of short term rentals, right? Just because there's so much demand. So the demand is not keeping up with or yeah, there's more supply than demand right now. And
Ah, okay,
our
okay.
occupancies have dropped. At least in the market that we're in. The ultra luxury market is a little bit different. Like if you have like a 9 or 10 or 11 bedroom house, those are still good. But everybody now is getting into the space. And so if you have like a 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, 4 bedroom, there's a lot of competition and you're really like, you're pretty much like competing with everybody else. So it's starting to change now into more experiences. So the two we've actually these last 2 months we've acquired two new Airbnbs, but they're both going to be experiences. So one of the Airbnbs that we're doing now is on a lake, and it's actually on a lake that is known for being gator infested. So a lot of people don't like it because it's like they can't ski, right? Because obviously they're gonna, they think they're gonna get bitten by a gator. But
What you got to do? I was gonna say. Sorry to interrupt. I was gonna say what you should try to do is one of the Airbnbs make it like a Disney princess experience. So Arya can come and stay, and she loves Disney. We take them every year.
Yeah, I was so bummed this year. I'm like, man, I can't go to Disney for my birthday now because mom was pregnant, and I'm like, man, we can't go. And I'm like, because that's why. So we went 2 times last year because we couldn't go this year.
They
wow,
have the life. I'm telling
wow,
you.
yes. Oh
Two
man,
times.
that is amazing. That's a great idea. I love that. I love the
I, I
princess
I really
decoration.
think you should do like
Yeah,
Disney themed Airbnbs. So we stayed, my buddy had his 40th birthday in Orlando. Remember? I was telling
yeah,
you about it.
yeah.
And he stayed in this
It was like
huge
this huge,
mansion.
so like the very top had like a small arcade and a heated pool, and then there was like this like there was like a middle floor.
The house was 46,000 square feet.
Yes, it was like a middle floor is where we stayed.
That's insane.
Has a
It had a
full
movie
bowling
theater.
alley,
No, look,
movie theater. Go ahead.
there's a movie theater in like the middle floor, a kitchen in our room, um, and then if you go to like the second middle floor, there's like some more rooms.
Multiple pools.
Yeah,
But
that's the talking. And then on like the bottom floor was like on the bottom floor there's like a kitchen and a living room and the pool and the like big pool with the slide. And then there was this bottom basement floor with a bowling alley and an arcade, a golf thingy,
simulator.
a golf simulator,
Wow.
and a gym.
And a full basketball court.
Yeah.
Indoor basketball court.
Wow.
So, I mean,
You guys living the
speaking
dream
of
over there.
basketball, Andreas, tell us about one of the famous guests that you had stay at one of your luxury Airbnb rentals.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. So yep, yeah. So we have yeah, it's a six bedroom I would say mansion on the lake, and yeah, we had actually Kemba Walker, yeah, super, really, NBA All Star, great basketball player. We hosted him, and yeah, we usually do host a lot of celebrities. I think we're hosting a celebrity right now. I think they also play in the NBA. I don't know the name, but we usually always have somebody here. Yeah, it's
That's amazing. See?
yeah.
Um, well, cool. Next time we're in Orlando, we'll definitely hit you up. Aria wants to say bye while we finish the conversation.
Bye. It was great meeting
Hey, it was
you.
a pleasure meeting you. Thank you so much for being a host. That was really really amazing.
You did a
I
great job.
wish you best of luck. Yeah, that was amazing. Best of luck in your businesses. I would say that's going to be the best. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to make money because in the mistakes are amazing lessons. And from those mistakes is how you grow to be a good businesswoman. So keep rocking it and just learn from your dad because he's very, very smart. So go out there and crush
And
it.
and you can sell Andreas some bracelets.
Yeah, come on, let's go. Yeah, go online, Amazon, uh, something like that. Yeah, that's cool.
Nice, nice. Well,
Yeah.
good, man. It's been great. Um,
Yes.
Tell us, I guess, I don't think we touched on it, but a little bit about what your wife does in the business, how awesome she is, and everything that she's helped to bring together with the company as well as everything else in your life. How you met.
Yeah, no, so how we met, so yeah. So one of my jobs, right? One of the things that I used to do when I was when I was actually, flipping houses and starting my first Airbnb, selling flowers. One of the things that I used to do was I used to be a what is it called? Not like a not a security guard, but like basically a promoter for one of the cool nightclubs here.
Club promoter. I used to do that in college as well.
Yeah, yep. So club promoter, that was super super fun job. It was St. Patrick's Day, and she was getting out of work. She was cleaning offices at the time, and I saw her. I approached her. She ignored me. She came back around. I tried again, and I got her. Got her in that conversation. Told her to come inside. Told her I was gonna get her a drink. Got a little bit of champagne. Started to drink it. I got her number, and I had to go to work, and she had to leave. So I said, "Hey, you're beautiful. I'll take your number, and I'll follow up with you the next day." I followed up with her, and I took her to Lake Eola, and we did like a nice little blanket slash picnic. Uh,
Oh wow, look at you.
so I pulled out a bottle of champagne. I had the blanket. We went on the lake in downtown. It was a beautiful moment. And from the beginning, I knew that she was definitely special because we connected on an emotional level, but also intellectual level. And so the second date was actually at our office, or my office at the time, the real estate office, where I told her, "Hey, Kelly, you are worth a lot more. I see the vision. And I want you to quit your job. I don't want you to do any more cleanings, and I want you to help me grow this real estate empire, right? Which it was just starting, was a baby. And I told her, whatever you're really good at, let's you focus on that, and I'll focus on sales. And she's always been really good about marketing. In Medellin, she was a TV host, and she also was on radio. So she's always been really good about being in front of a camera. She loves marketing. She's really good with design, picking finishes, doing the furniture and all that. So for our flips, she's the one that picks the coloring, the colors that we have here. She
Oh
puts like
wow.
the little touches, those things, definitely help. These types of things. She's the one that, she does all these, things that would, my mind would explode, right? Trying to figure out, what color matches with what. So she does that on our finishes for the flips and for our Airbnbs. She helps run our property management team as well. So she's always in communication in case our property managers need help. She also helps run the real estate side as a realtor. She's not a licensed realtor, but she has a lot of knowledge about the real estate industry. So she helps our clients if they have any questions. Just overall helps to run our company. Basically everything.
No, that's amazing. You
Teamwork.
know,
Yeah, we work together. We work together.
my wife Mona has been a realtor longer than I have, and without her help, her guidance, and all that, I definitely wouldn't be where I'm at today. So I think having that partner is what's extremely important,
Yeah.
and having the right partner. Tell me about your project in Hawaii. Last we talked, you were flying out to Hawaii. I thought that was an amazing, cool concept. I kind of want to hear about where it's at and a little bit more about it.
Sure, man. Yeah, so we went to four different islands in Hawaii. Oahu, which is the main one, where Honolulu, the capital, is. We went to Maui, which is obviously world famous, probably one of the best places in the world that I've been to so far. Very expensive. We also went to Kauai, which is also another beautiful place. A lot of movies were shot there, Jurassic Park, to name a few. And then we went to Big Island, which was the biggest island and one of the most affordable islands, and one of the most rawest island, and one of the ones that have an active volcano, which is pretty awesome. Um, and so yeah, we fell in love with the island. There's a beautiful community over there. And yeah, we basically, I was shopping on Zillow. Yeah, I love finding deals, and I found this 2 acre lot that already had a 2 story fixer upper, and I said, "Wow, this deal is amazing. Let's get it under contract." And we got it under contract. We bought it, and I didn't know what we were gonna do. And one day I decided to call the county and be like, "Hey, what can I do with this lot?" And they're like, "Hey, guess what? You can actually do 2 single family homes." And I was like, "What? On top of what's already there?" So I found out basically what was the 2 story building is a shed, so it doesn't count. So that's great. It was done without permits, whatever. That's cool. But they told me that I could do two 5 bedroom houses. And I kept talking to the guy because I told him like, hey man, I have this goal of like revolutionizing the real estate industry. I wanna be the Elon Musk, the Tesla of the real estate industry. And he started saying, okay, well this is great. I'm like, yeah, dude, I want to bring solar panels. I want to do water reclamation. I want to do hydroponics. And he's like, okay. Well, dude, this is one cool thing that you could do. Each bedroom could be a detached bedroom. Each bedroom could have its all. It could have its own bathroom.
Right.
Each bedroom could have its own wet bar, not a kitchen, but a wet bar, and laundry. And I said, wow, this is incredible. So basically, we can build 10 tiny homes legally. And he's like, basically, yeah. So it has to be 5 tiny homes, basically. And as long as they're connected to the main house, which the main house has to have the kitchen and has to have, like the living room, which obviously it would. It'd be like the communal area. And it can be connected by gravel. So that's pretty cool. So we're going to build basically a 10 unit tiny home project there. It's going to be a sustainable community. We already have solar panels there. We're already growing our own fruit and vegetables. So the goal is to be 100% sustainable. We're 100% off grid as well. We have a water reclamation system. We have a tankless water heater. And so yeah, we're basically just we're building it up. We're trying to be as eco-friendly as possible. We're trying to impact the land as least as possible. So we're not just going in there and demoing everything. We're basically going to the land and we're asking the land where we should place the buildings based on where the trees are. And we're doing it in a more permaculture, more of like a conscious state of thinking. Instead of like us like conquering the land, being like, wow, land, you've been here longer than us, and thank you for allowing us to live here. Where should I place on my home so it can be as least impact to you, so we can keep doing this for generations and generations. So the motive behind Hawaii is way bigger than money. It's way bigger than me. It's the beginning of a real estate revolution, an ecological revolution, an eco-friendly revolution, because we are getting to the point where we need to build sustainable. We need to build not net zero. We need to build carbon positive homes so we can really help the planet in a big way. And that is the reason why I do what I do, and what I love what I do, and why I have so many big goals. I've already made the decision that I will become a billionaire. And it's not because of the money, but it's because I want to do a huge impact. And I am willing to do whatever it takes to help the planet as much as I can. I want to leave a
No,
positive.
that's amazing, dude. I love that. Like the passion, the drive. I could hear it in your voice. It was amazing. Um, just by going to Hawaii, looking on like Zillow and be like, let's buy this, that impulsivity, but that steadfastness to follow through, continue the conversation, that is amazing. I can't wait to see this project come to fruition. I'm super excited. I'm super happy that you were able to come on. I will see you at the next mastermind
Yes.
in Scottsdale coming up. What is it? In 2 months?
Yeah. It's coming up.
Yeah, no, it'll be fun. I'm excited about that. Um, Thank you again, Andreas, for coming on the podcast. I
Of
really
course.
appreciate it. Thanks,
It was a
man.
pleasure. It was a pleasure, man. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much. It really is. It's been a pleasure, and I look forward to seeing you in Phoenix. Is it? Yeah. No.
Yes, Scottsdale.
Scottsdale. There you go. We'll see you in Scottsdale, man. And
I may
congratulations
be
on your
down.
baby.
Thank you. I may be down in Orlando fairly soon. I'll keep you posted.
Yes,
Um,
please do.
I'm down there from time to time, conferences, meetings, and whatnot. And I want to tell you, we have a site here in downtown Raleigh. I'd
Yeah.
love for you to look at. We're building 2 4-unit upscale townhome buildings, walking distance to everything in downtown. And I think they're perfect Airbnb sites. So
Check
I'd
the
love for
regulation.
you to look at it and see the Air DNA and run a pro forma to see if the numbers make sense.
Sure. Yeah, I could definitely do that. Do you know the rules and regulations on the city or municipality on short-term rentals?
Yeah, it was actually not allowed here, but now
Mm.
I think very recently, within the last 12 to 18 months, it's becoming allowed. So there's not very many Airbnbs here. I know
Okay.
that for a fact because I know an Airbnb superhost here in Raleigh who's killing it.
It's a hot
She has
market.
like three or
A lot of
four
interest.
properties.
Oh, good.
It
Wow.
was rated the number one real estate market for 2023.
I believe it. I believe it.
So
You got a lot going on. Basically, the Silicon Valley of the East.
that's right.